Hi there, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about some pens that I just received. And I just have to say, I apologize if my camera setup here is bouncy. I'm working on a folding table, which is plastic, and it creates a bouncy nature. And I'm a talking with my hands type of person, so I keep knocking the table, which keeps jiggling the camera, and if you hate that and that's why you don't come back, I totally understand. I would hate that too. Okay, so I'm just going to jump right into this. I have been watching a lot of YouTube lately, and a lot of people are talking about the Jinhao 82. Which I don't know if you're familiar with that pen or not, but basically it's a Chinese company that has created a pen that looks a lot like a very popular, very expensive fountain pen on the market at the moment. Now, this isn't the first time that they have kind of created a dupe pen that looks like other pens on the market. Anyway, I've seen a lot of people talking about it, and so I ordered a few. Okay, I ordered 5. There's a reason why I wanted to buy so many. One, I wanted to see what the colors look like because the colors online look really interesting. I also wanted to see how each one works because the videos that I had been watching lately, and I'll put the video, the YouTuber here on the screen. I forgot their name off the top of my head, of course, because I'm filming. But I'll put that on the screen. I've been watching her videos a lot about the Jinhao 82, and it seems to me that they don't all write the same. Some are wetter than others, so I ordered 5 of them. I know that seems excessive, but hear me out. I'm going to go over a lot of details about the pens so you get a better idea of what I ended up buying. I got these about, well, the first 2 showed up on the 30th of March, and the other 3 just showed up yesterday. So I'm going to go over each one by one, but I'll show you all of them together. Let's see if I'm in frame here. So here are the ones that I have so far. And I say so far because I think I'm going to order another one. I know, it's crazy. However, these 2 are the ones that I ordered first. These 2 I ordered from Amazon, and they came from China, and it didn't take that long to get them. The 2 that I picked out to try first was the transparent coffee, which I don't know if you can tell, but this has glitter in the body, and it's kind of a transparent material with gold accents. And this one, I believe, was called mustard. It's kind of in between green and yellow, and I adore this color. It's so awesome. Also with gold accents. I'll just go over these 2. So these came from AliExpress. I got the transparent coral with gold accents. Sorry, there's cat hair or fuzz or something. I'm on my sewing table, so there's going to be lots of fuzz, and Cassius likes to lay up here. This one is the transparent gray. Now, keep in mind, these can all go by different colors depending on the seller. And this one is kind of a mint green, aqua blue color. So these two, I decided to try out the bent nib on this brown one. And if you can see that, just the tip of the nib is bent upward. You can see it has a two-tone steel nib. The section is the same color as the body. Oh, and also I want to mention that all of these pens came with converters, which is pretty amazing, I think. They have metal on the section here, so they cannot be eyedroppered. But they come with converters, and they're a pretty good size converter, considering this pen is quite small, as you can see. And I'll compare it to some other pens in my collection just so you can get a better idea. So this one here has the bent nib. They all come in the pen nib options of a bent nib, extra fine, fine, medium. In the mustard, I ended up getting a medium nib. You can see some staining here from the ink I have in here. Hopefully that doesn't, hopefully that'll wash off. I have a teal ink in here because I'll get to that in a minute. So yeah, medium on this one. So these I ordered on March 21st from Amazon. And they ended up arriving on the 30th. So that is not bad. What is that, 8 days? 9 days? I can't do math. And on the 30th, the day that I got these, I decided to order 3 more. So I ended up getting these two on Amazon. They were $9.99 a piece. That's $10 a piece, which I thought was pretty good. Until I went to AliExpress and realized that I could have gotten them for $3.60 a piece. So these 3 I got for $3.60 a piece on AliExpress. That's insane to me. Also, I don't believe that there was much in the way of shipping. I'll put it on the screen. What was the shipping, Lori? Tell the people. I'll tell you the shipping for Amazon and for AliExpress so that you can get an idea of what that cost me. So, also, these 3 pens came with converters. Yep, they all came with a converter. They all also have, which I'll mention this now, a rubber O-ring right here, which prevents you from over tightening this pen body, which is very nice. I absolutely love this color, this coral color. I actually love all 4 of these. The only one that I'm not crazy about is this teal, just because it has kind of a milky color to it. It's transparent, but it's different than these. I wish there were more with glitter, because that one was really spectacular. So, let's talk about weight. They come in at 19.8 grams each, and that's with the converter with ink in them because I have them all inked at the moment. So, just to give you an idea, that's a pretty good weight. I mean, I feel like that is much better than what I was expecting. I was expecting them to be very cheap plastic material that didn't have any kind of substantial weight to them, I thought they were going to feel cheap. I am very, very surprised, pleasantly surprised that this is how they feel. And I think that they have a little bit of extra weight because of this metal. Because the converter doesn't really weigh anything. So the weight of them is really fantastic. The material on each one is really fantastic. Like I said, this is the only one with the glitter, but these other pen bodies, they're all the transparent. This is a little not, like, this is pretty transparent. I can actually see the ink in there. I can see the ink in here also. This one is a little bit more opaque. This one is also very opaque. This one I can see the ink in there. It's pretty transparent as well. So along the cap band, it just says Jinhao. It doesn't tell you the model number. Another really fun thing about these is that you can unscrew the finials. Well, the top finial on the cap unscrews and the bottom just twists off. You can twist this off, but be careful because this ring can sometimes come loose. It's not loose on this one, but which means you can Frankenstein the heck out of these pens, which I absolutely love. This concept. I don't know why. I just think it's fun. If you want to switch it up and say, okay, well, maybe I want the body of this pen to be this color, and then I want the finials to be the opposite. You can do it. You can do it. See, there's that little gold ring that comes right off of there. Just slips it back on, and then this will do like this. Now you can also do like this, do like this, and now you have this. Which is completely unique to you, however you want to rearrange it. That's another reason why I got several, so that I can do that, because that's fun, right? I mean, who doesn't love that? I don't know that I would do that, but because the gray is kind of transparent. All right, I'm going to put these back because then I can remember what I got in each one. So that's super fun. Am I right? I mean, isn't that super fun? I'm such a dork. This is my 8-year-old self coming out. Like, I would have loved that aspect as a kid as well. So, let's compare the size of these with some other pens. This is the Sailor 1911 Standard, which is a little bit longer. This is the Pilot E95S, which is a little bit shorter. This is my TWSBI Diamond 580 Mini, which is a little bit shorter. This is a Kaweco Sport, which is shorter, definitely shorter. And then this is a Sailor Pro Gear standard Pro Gear, not the mini. And this is a little bit longer. I would say that the material on these is very reminiscent of this material. So, if you haven't already guessed, I really hope I'm in frame. Let me check. Okay, we are good. We are good. So if you haven't guessed, these Jinhao 82s are very reminiscent of the Sailor Pro Gear Slim. This is not a Slim. This is a Pro Gear standard. But you can even see, like, this is similar. The clip is similar. This is a little bit different, has some fluting on it. This band here is similar. The cap band is similar, but then what the Jinhao is missing is that thin extra silver ring above it. So now you know how to spot a dupe, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it's very similar. So just so you have an idea of the size situation here, you know, I don't know, do I need to get into like how big it is when it's capped? These all post, which thank goodness, because I wouldn't be able to use them otherwise. This is way too small for me. And I wrote a lot with these yesterday because I wrote a very long letter to a friend, pen pal, Paula, that's you. This, I can feel cramping in my hand from like gripping these pens. So that would be my only gripe about these, is that I wish they were more the size of the Pro Gear. So Jinhao, if you're listening, I know you're not, but make these bigger, make them bigger, because my hands are very large and I just have a hard time with pens like this. I just end up like really gripping the shit out of it. So, I can also kind of show you the difference in the nib. Big difference in nib, see? Big difference. This is also all one color, and these are two-tone. This is 21 karat gold. This is steel. This is wet. So I didn't let that dry out enough when I cleaned it. I'll show you the nib comparison with the Kaweco. Looks like the Jinhao is a little bit bigger in that respect. And here's the TWSBI. A little bit more similar in size. Here's the Sailor 1911. So anyway, you get the idea. Did I mention they're $3.60? I mean, come on, man. Come on. That's a pretty good price. And to play around with colorful pens that you can match with your ink, I would much rather spend $3.60 as opposed to $200, you know? Wouldn't you? I mean, really. It kind of makes you wonder why we spend so much on these Sailors. But, you know, it is what it is. They're nice. I admit this is my favorite pen. So I admit they're nice. I don't want admit it, that they're nice. I mean, I hate that they're as expensive as they are. A lot of it has to do with the American market, but you know, like I said, that's what we're looking at here. So let's go ahead and do a writing sample of the ones that I have inked here, just so you can get an idea. Oh, see, they look so similar. This was in the lineup. That's not one of you. Okay, here you go. All right, so in my experience yesterday trying each one out, I've noticed that they all are pretty similar in flow. Is that the term I want to use? Yeah, they are pretty similar in their writing capacity. So I don't feel like I got one better than the other. I'm going to try just by memory to tell you what I have each inked with. So this is the mustard in a medium nib. And I have this one inked with Pilot Iroshizuku Jaku. And the reason I put this in here is because the initial ink that I inked this one up with was this Sailor Studio 280, which was kind of that mustardy, greeny color. But it was light, and I wanted to see if I could improve the flow by using a Pilot ink, because I know that these inks have a really good consistency and work really well in pens. They're very flowy. So I think it did make a big difference when I switched the ink out to the Pilot from the Sailor Studio ink. I just think that ink is a little bit too dry for these. They're pretty stiff nibs, so you're not going to get much in the way of like line variation. But for medium, it's okay. I mean, I'm not a medium lover, though. You know me. I love my broad pens. But I don't know. I think that these are kind of fantastic. So I love it. I love it. This coral I have inked. Is still in frame. This one is maybe a little bit better than that one was. I have it inked with J. Urban, and I have no idea how to pronounce this, so, oops, forgive me. And that's really kind of a nice pairing, don't you think? I like it. I wrote a long letter with this color, and it looked really pretty on the page. The gray, I love the gray. I mean, that color is so fun. They're all really smooth too. This one seems a little bit finer, but the flow is really nice. I mean, when you put a little pressure in, it gets a little darker. What color is this? This is, oh yeah, Venta inks. It's the Fairy Tale line, and it's called Say Say. It's just kind of a dark, it does have shimmer in it. You won't see the shimmer here, I don't think. Maybe you will a little bit if I... Yeah, I can kind of see it a little bit. It's got a silver shimmer. But I really like that ink and pen combination. The teal, or mint, or aqua, whatever you want to call this. I inked this one with Diamine ink vent. It's called Alpine. And it's kind of a dark green that has some shimmer in it. And I really like this pairing too. I'm doing the samples on a piece of loose leaf Tomoe River paper, 52 GSM in the white. It's my favorite paper for fountain pens. And then finally the bent nib, which if I order another one, I'm going to do another bent nib because I love this so much. Now, depending on the angle, oh, this one is called Transparent Coffee. Depending on the angle, I can write very fine lines or very medium lines or very thick lines. And I have this inked with platinum ink, Brune Sepia. It's a nice match. It's a nice pairing. I also love that I can do some reverse writing here. In case I want to just add in a little tiny something on a letter or in my journal or whatever. It does a pretty good job at that. So, in conclusion, do I think these are worth it? Abso-freaking-lutely yes. Go buy some. Go buy them. Go buy them all so I don't buy any more. They come in 100 freaking colors and it's really hard to choose. If you do end up buying on AliExpress, I just have some tips. 1, make sure you look at the seller's feedback. I did read some atrocious reviews on certain sellers, so you want to stay away from those and just stick with the people that seem to have good feedback. I can tell you exactly who I bought these from, and I will put that in the description box below so that you know, and I'll put a link of the ones that I purchased. I will say the AliExpress website is aggravating because they send you 100 email updates. Every single time the pen starts moving, you'll get an email. Every time it arrives at a location, you'll get an email. When you've confirmed the receipt, you'll get an email. Lots of emails. Which I guess is kind of nice because it means, you know, they're paying attention and keeping you up to date. But it got a little excessive at times, and, you know, you're going to have that. So, if you want to check out these pens on Amazon, just know you're going to pay a little bit more. But you'll probably get them quicker, and it'll probably be easier to look into the feedback on certain sellers there. So, I mean, I'm just going to leave that up to you. I'm kind of glad that I bought some at both locations. If I order another one, I'll probably stick with Amazon, just because AliExpress can sometimes be unpredictable, I think. And I know that I was really nervous when I bought these three, because what was happening is I was getting updates for 2 of the 3. The coral one never got updated as far as when it shipped out. So I just prayed that they were all coming together in one shot, and thankfully they did. But, you know, you may have that too, where one might not be in stock at the time that you order, or maybe they have inventory issues or whatever. Just so you know, AliExpress is not really super reliable. Price is great. Price is really great. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like my content, please go ahead and give me a follow, or subscribe. Hit the bell for hit the bell for, what do I want to say? Hit the bell for notification next time I post a video. I do have playlists available so that you can just stick to the content that you enjoy watching. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.